You've been lied to about Ukraine again and again. Donald Trump, he exposed it, and that's why he's taking heat from the left. The media wants you to believe that Zelensky is some kind of heroic freedom fighter, but Trump sees what's really going on. He's calling out the corruption, the warmongers, and the billions of your tax dollars vanishing overseas. In this video, we're breaking down Trump's latest comments on Ukraine, why the media is losing their minds over it, most importantly, why he's absolutely right. We'll expose the real story behind Zelensky and Trump's plan to fix this disaster. But stick around, because by the end of this, you'll see exactly why they don't want you to hear this. Let's get into it. Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. So Donald Trump has done it again. He said the one thing you're not allowed to say. He called out Volodymyr Zelensky, the Western media's golden boy, and dared to ask the question, is Ukraine actually a democracy? Or, and bear with me here, is Zelensky just another corrupt politician soaking up American tax dollars while shutting down his political opponents? The media lost their minds. Trump and Zelensky got together, and Trump said that he was a dictator and should have stopped the war and never started it. And of course, the usual talking heads went into full meltdown mode because Trump knows that Zelensky didn't start the war. They're thinking, how dare he say that? Never mind that Zelensky has banned opposition parties. He shut down media outlets that didn't agree with him, and then he consolidated the rest of them so he can have a better chance to keep them in line. He's postponed elections indefinitely, and he's running Ukraine like it's a one-man show. He shut down the largest church in Ukraine because they didn't agree with him. Nah, just ignore all that, right? Here's the thing. Trump is absolutely right, and that's what terrifies all of them. Here's the pattern that no one talks about. Look at the track record. Under George W. Bush, Russia invades Georgia. Under Barack Obama, Crimea falls. Under Joe Biden, Russia launches a full-scale invasion. But under Donald Trump, nothing. No new wars, no invasions, no global chaos. Funny how that works, right? Trump had a very simple policy. Be strong, make America too unpredictable to mess with. He took out Iran's top terrorist, obliterated ISIS, and most importantly, kept Putin in check without a single shot fired. But now, we have the mess that Biden created. The guy who can barely finish a sentence, and a foreign policy team made up of Ivy League morons who think handing Ukraine a blank check was a real good strategy. And speaking of that blank check, Trump's America First plan versus the swamp's ATM machine, Trump is saying something outrageous. He thinks if we're going to send hundreds of billions to Ukraine, maybe, just maybe, America should get something in return. You know, like investment opportunities, maybe some security guarantees, maybe, crazy idea, some actual oversight on where that money is going. But no, the DC elites, they say it's colonialism. Now, here's the thing. The screaming lefties, the mainstream media, and the Democrats, and I repeat myself, are completely twisting what Trump is trying to do for Ukraine. Trump pointed out that the European countries loaned the money they gave to Ukraine and that it is recuperable. At the same time, the stupid President Joe Biden gave $200 billion to Ukraine, sans the idea of getting it back. What Trump is saying is that the American people had their hard-earned dollars sent over there, and at no time was Ukraine ahead in the war. He pointed out to Zelensky's face that he held no cards and that he had no chance of ever winning the war with Russia. Trump made it clear to the world in that Oval Office meeting that the Trump administration was trying to help Ukraine end the war and that another 100,000 people didn't have to die. They didn't listen to any of that. What the left-wing symbiote is getting wrong is that Trump has two plans to help Ukraine both economically and with national security. The left is saying that Trump wants to do the mineral rights thing because Ukraine personally has the minerals that he wants to make money out of it. Trump has never gotten into the minerals business. So that's ridiculous on the face of it. But what he is saying is that he wants the minerals in Ukraine to help pay back the money that we gave them for the war effort that they squandered pretty much, because we need those minerals for making things, along with weapons and other high-tech things that we use, along with the contracts Trump is talking about for American businesses to rebuild Ukraine after Joe Biden and Volodymyr Zelensky allowed the country to be crumbled by continuing this war. And here's the thing that the left just doesn't understand, because, again, they're thinking that Trump wants to get his contractor buddies in there to get the construction contracts. The point is, pay attention, libnuts. The point is that if the United States government goes into a contractual agreement with the government of Ukraine for the mineral rights and for the contracts for rebuilding their country, what country would attack Ukraine right now with the United States there? And that's something that the left-wing symbiote can't fathom, because they collectively suffer from Trump derangement syndrome level 9, which is the highest recorded level of the dreaded syndrome. They think it's totally normal for Zelensky to come back every few months, hand out another tearful speech, without the U.S.'s help, democracy will die. And then he demands another $60 billion like it's a subscription plan. And yet, Ukraine still hasn't won. Biden kept saying, whatever it takes, but nobody in Washington can explain what winning actually looks like. How much more? Another $100 billion? $500 billion? Your grandkids paying off the debt? Unlike the war-hungry establishment, Trump is actually offering a way out. Ukraine stays out of NATO. Why? Because that was one of Russia's red lines from the very beginning. Pretending otherwise was a reckless mistake. He wants a negotiated settlement, pull back to pre-invasion borders. Let Russia keep Crimea and parts of Donbass. Does it sound perfect? No. But does it end the war before another 100,000 people die? Yes. American businesses should rebuild Ukraine. The U.S. puts up the cash, we get the contracts, and suddenly Ukraine has a real incentive to keep peace because they'll have actual investments to protect. And before the pearl clutching starts, let's remember, America has always made deals with questionable regimes when it suited our interests. FDR partnered with Stalin. Nixon made peace with Mao Zedong. And yet somehow we're supposed to pretend that Trump talking to Putin is outrageous? Are you kidding me? This is the reality they don't want you to see. Trump is the only one actually thinking about how to end the war. You have to wonder why that is. Are the left making money off the war? Meanwhile, Biden and his handlers are perfectly happy to keep the bloodshed going as long as their friends in the defense industry keep cashing in. You know damn right well that they contacted Zelensky and told him to do what he did in the Oval Office. You know that. The man didn't even have enough respect to wear a suit. He came over like he was still dealing with the boiled potato head in chief, Joe Biden. I mean, he came in wearing his usual used Army Navy store attire. He didn't put on a suit. He knew he was going to the White House. He knew he was going in the Oval Office. Total disrespect. And that was all cosplay by the Democrats when they had him do it when he came over here. Make it look like you're a president at war. That's why the media hates Trump, because he ruins their script. He exposes the grift. And worst of all, he reminds you that America's interest should come first. All right, thank you for watching. Hit that notification bell if you want to be kept up to date with the latest the media won't tell you. I'll see you in the next one. Spread the word.
Whoa, wow. Nah, I wouldn't bring nobody else out, Jack. When you see me, girl, you see that